Welcome to the Big Success Show. Today, how to become a celebrity CEO and watch your business grow. Brought to you by FinancialFreedomTool.com.
Tips to be your best with the professor and Mary-Lynn for your big success.
Ramon Ray is an entrepreneur, global speaker, and best-selling author.
I got to tell you, Mary-Lynn, if you spend any time online in the business genre, you've run into Ramon. He's on Entrepreneur Magazine. He's been published in Inc. Magazine. He writes for Small Business Trends. He's on Business Insider. I don't know if there's a place online Ramon's not at. Yeah. He's also, in his spare time, started 4 companies and sold 2. He has years of hands-on experience in marketing, sales, personal branding, technology, and so much more.
And he's joining us today to talk about his new book called Celebrity CEO, How Entrepreneurs Can Thrive by Building Community and a Strong Personal Brand. Welcome to the Big Success Show, Ramon.
Are y'all talking about me, by the way?
You sound pretty good, don't you?
Well, let's dive right in. What is a celebrity CEO?
Mary-Lynn, thanks for asking the question. I think that one thing it's not, I must say my wife and somebody earlier had said, Ramon, family keeps you humble. They're like, are you saying you're a celebrity CEO? How arrogant of a book title. I'm like, stop.
Yeah.
So what it is, though, I'm really trying to encourage all small business owners, and I really do mean that, that I think we, as I am one as well, have the ability to go very narrow, very niche in a market. Very few of us are going to be Oprah Winfrey, LeBron James, very, very few of us. But I think we all can have a narrow lane that we choose to be in and be a celebrity, be well-known in that lane. So that's really what I'm trying to talk about, and really not just talk about it, as you all kind of know, we've gotten to know each other a bit. That's my story. I'm not, known to the whole world, unfortunately. Maybe
pretty close, though.
But in my little market, in our little world, right?
Yes.
Of small business, education, and thought leadership, I'm pretty well known in that small lane. So that's what it's about. And you can do this as a thought leader, or if you're making widgets, and I say that because some people, Ramon, that's good for you because you're just digital all the time. I tell people, no, you can be making plastic bottles or whatever you want. So that's what it's about.
Well, and a question, I think just taking a step back, Ramon, I've been a small business owner pretty much my whole life. And one of the things we know is we love small business owners. Our passion is for helping small business owners. But a lot of times it seems like they don't really quite understand why this whole branding thing even matters. What would you say to that?
And I thank you for the question, because I think you're right. Sometimes it has gotten lost and we focus just on the sale. So when I think of branding, here's what I think. And again, maybe it's a wrong definition. I don't know if the purists will agree with it, but I don't think there's any purists on the line right now. So that's good.
That's exactly right.
Brand is important because of mind share. So let's take, as I look around my desk, let's take business cards. I'm a local printer making business cards and all kinds of things like this. The branding is important, yes. You need to make the sale. But I say before you make the sale, can you build a fan base, a community of people who know about you, that the name of your company, what you do, your face for that matter, whatever you want to do is in their mind. To me, that's branding. When people can say, I never bought from this guy, but who's that printer guy who blows up balloons for the kids every Thursday night? That's branding. You're making, you're making chairs in a factory somewhere in southern Texas that people are like, what's that company? Every day they blow up a chair in pyrotechnics. These are silly examples, but I'm trying to show that it's not about the sale first. It's about, do people even think of you or get your attention?
You made me think of Will It Blend, because who hasn't watched the Will It Blend video, right?
That's a good point. Now, okay, but I can hear small business owners who are listening right now, and they're like, Ramon, really? It's all about the customers and my bottom line. And one of the things that you say in the book is that you should place fans before customers, but that's not making the register ring. What's going on? What do you mean?
I love it. So here's what I'm talking about. To all of you skeptical people out there listening to Mary-Lynn and George and I talk about this. Here's what I mean. Absolutely, you must make sales. So I'll put that right on the table. At some point, you have to make sales. And for those struggling, I must say, for those, Ramon, I need to pay rent tomorrow. My kid's school bill is due tomorrow. Stop the podcast briefly. You need to go take care of that. Talk to your family, borrow money, get a job, do Uber. All of us are blessed different ways at different times. However, after that immediate need is taken care of, the long-term play, if you build the fan base first. I'd rather have 1,000 people, 500 people that know me in some way, Mary-Lynn, because then I can sell them. Then I can nurture them. I can convert that community to customers. But if I just have 2 customers who bought from me, that's all I have. Once that's done, the well is dried up, game over.
Yeah. Yep, I get it.
And so, Ramon, help us then understand now, celebrity CEO, what's the difference between the corporate brand and the personal brand?
That's a great question. Sometimes it's a bit scary. I'm asked this all the time as I speak around America, and people like to mix these. So here's my take on it. I think as a very, very small business, so I'm not talking to larger businesses yet. We can, because it's a little different. But for very small businesses, George, I think that we are our brand. No matter how much I want to pretend smart hustle media, and I'm mocking myself. That's my company name. Most people, I work at big brands. They like Ramon. They heard my voice. They saw me on stage. They like my version of the world. So I must face it. I'm not an Inc. In my case, who I work with, or Entrepreneur New York Times. Nobody knows who the New York Times owners are, right? Nobody cares.
Right.
That's kind of the difference. As a very small business, you're the pizza shop, you're the dry cleaners, you're the local lawyer, accountant. You can pretend all day it's Hershon, Sons, Quacker, and Meyer. But really, nobody cares about that. They're like, who's that guy who rocked my baby to sleep as he helped me with my taxes? That's what they remember.
Oh, that's a great point, because that's just one of those defining moments, and they sometimes just they pop up, right? They happen.
Absolutely, exactly. And that goes back to, I think that branding is that, again, it was something silly, but I think that's why, as you asked Mary-Lynn, pushed a bit, which I think is great, is that I'm not saying sometimes we get caught up in branding. We think of Coca-Cola or Pepsi, who spends gazillions of dollars. We all know the brand. They just do cute videos, just to put in our mind in Super Bowl. But guess what? As you all know, I do that. Not the millions of dollars, but, and again, what do they say? A carpenter is always going to look for a solution that a hammer can solve or something like that. So in fairness, I'm a video guy. I do content all the time. But as a celebrity CEO, the more you're educating the customer, I do so much video. Why? Because it works. I get calls all the time. Ramon, here's an example. Big company. SAP it was. I'll just say the name, SAP in Germany. They said, Ramon, we watch your videos. We know you like burnt pancakes and bacon on the weekends. Could you come and host our big conference? Hello?
Well, let's talk a little bit more about video, because video's hard. And you got to face it, once you get over a certain age, Ramon, you're not exactly wanting to, show off yourself on video. It seems like a young person's game. How do us older folks who are a little bit more vain get over it and start embracing the idea that we need to point and shoot and do video too?
I love 2 things. I like how you ask that question so delicately and lovely and authentically. Thank you for that. And guess what? So my wife she's doing 100 different things, quote unquote, retired after raising our kids over the years. But the point is, she doesn't like video. So I'm as open and transparent as you are, Mary-Lynn. I'm with you there. You're talking to someone who, my own family member, my own wife, my spouse, she's not hot to do video for a variety of the reasons you've hinted at. So I get it. So here's my few cents on that. So one, to back up a bit, video is powerful. You can just use a smartphone, have good lighting, make sure there's good audio, and you can just start there. Just educate, be yourself, answer questions that are in your customers' minds. That's just a recap of why video and how to do it in 10 seconds. But here's a few ideas if it helps. One, you can interview your customers. You don't have to be on the screen. Interview your customers. That's an idea. 2, be on the screen with your customers. So that's kind of a way not to cheat, really. But you're a little nervous. You don't want to be kind of alone. The light all on you. Share that misery with somebody else. Point 3 is get over it. How? I know it's not easy. You're talking to a guy who's doesn't get embarrassed. But I respect that. But I'm telling you, the more you do it, the easier it gets. And that's the 3 things I would say. And remember, video is important. I love video. But if you really, really don't want to do it, you can do audio. We're on a podcast now. You can do audio. You can write. The key is get out there and do it. But yes, Mary-Lynn, you're right. Video is powerful, and I really encourage. I like video, Mary-Lynn, because I think it personalizes and humanizes your brand, as you all know, and that's why I'm a firm believer of it.
Well, and you can't get away from the fact that social media really encourages it and gives it more prominence.
Absolutely. Correct. And that's an important thing. I mean, listen, just look at Hulu, Netflix, Amazon Prime, and all these other things we all consume. Yeah, podcasting is a huge industry for sure. But I think that for the smaller businesses, going to my point about being the celebrity CEO, and again, full caveat, this may not be for everybody. But those of you who are like, no, Ramon, I get it. I need to build a fan base. I have some personality. People love to see you. It builds trust. You know, you have a little fun. I talk about the dieting I've done on Fridays with my six chocolate chip cookies and 2 glasses of cold milk. You know, I have fun. You know, so all that, it builds community. People like to see you. But really, if you're totally against it, I get it. You know, there's other things to do, but I would say try it, because at the end of the day, if you have personality, if you have something to say, if you can be a bit fun, video works. And you can extend it, as you all know. You can rip the audio and make it into audio. You can make a blog post from it, chop it up and put it on Twitter. Yeah. There's a lot of ways to build that community, that fan base, to have you becoming the celebrity CEO.
And coming up, Ramon takes us through the sales cycle of a celebrity CEO. But first, this message from our sponsor, financialfreedomtool.com. Plenty of money for life.
How do your personal finances stack up to your neighbors? The new Financial Freedom Tool shows you how your income and expenses compare to other people like you, so that you quickly see how to save more money. Learn more at financialfreedomtool.com.
We're talking with Ramon Ray about his book, Celebrity CEO, where he says if you make people fans first, then you can get them into your sales funnel.
I think funnel is sort of, to some extent, it's a little jargonish. I think a lot of business people out there still don't really quite get what all the digital marketers are talking about when it comes to funnels. And like I said, you do a great job in your book of talking about the top, the middle, and the bottom. Could you just run through that with us for our audience?
Absolutely. So here's funnels, and I think you're right. It's something that the HubSpot, Infusionsoft, ClickFunnels, all these fancy people at events talk about on whiteboards all day long. Yes. But here's the bottom line. Video, Twitter, e-guides, all that stuff on one hand is good. Let's call that that'd be the top of the funnel. People who are just vaguely interested in you. And that's one level. Maybe they give you their email address. Second level is now, how do you draw people further closer to a sale? And that's what many of us call the middle of the funnel, at a very high level, middle of the funnel, where it's all the stuff in between. You got their attention. Now they're getting warmer to you, like those games as a child where they're going warmer.
I just remember that game.
Good. We can. I would say we can play it now, but that'd be kind of weird.
Yeah.
So middle of the funnel is all the stuff, and I'm using vernacular like this just so you guys, those listening, it's not complicated, it sounds, but the stuff in the middle that you're drawing people closer, warmer to you, getting people to like you. That could be ebook. That could be watching your video. Ooh, they came to my event in downtown Chicago or somewhere, wherever it is. That's middle of the funnel. And all this, whether you're doing it online or offline, that's people who are now getting warmer to you. And the third leg, the bottom of the funnel, as it were, the kind of end of the funnel, what are you doing to get them to buy from you? And that's where the first 2 stages are warming up. Education, just be my friend. Good morning, how are you? But the last stage is, hey, George, you've come to 3 events now. You've downloaded 47,000 ebooks. You've retweeted me 500 times. George, you know what? You're making me frustrated. Are you ready to buy it? Not quite like that, but yes. I'm having some fun. But that's really what we're talking about, drawing your customers through just the retweet. Oh, you know what? Let me download that ebook or come to their video or see their podcast. Then you're going to offer them something of value because now they're probably ready to buy something from you. So that's the idea of funnels. And you can do that oftentimes. I like to say just being on Twitter is not enough, but you should have some marketing automation software to help with that. If you're just using a contact list, it's probably not enough.
I'm just blown away.
Speechless.
I'm speechless. I mean, you just boiled that down in such an enjoyable way too. I mean, it's like, there it is. That's business. So you have such a passion for business, Ramon. What sparked you to strike out on your own so long ago when you said, you know what, I'm gonna run my own show? Sure. Yeah, it wasn't a journey. I've had my proverbial waiting tables moments, what I say with pride, but a nutshell, and I can even go back to the past a little bit about my younger age if you want in a few minutes we have. But point is that
I started building a business while I had a job. So I was working full-time at the United Nations. And a great place, nothing bad about them, the organization at all.
Wait, let me just stop a second. You just said that like that was so like, oh, I was waiting tables at the local cafe. No, I was just working at the United Nations.
Yes.
So I just wanted to make sure that you said United Nations.
It's funny you said that. I had friends of mine, like, I had an internship at the White House, and then I went, I said, stop.
Yeah,
that's an amazing accomplishment.
Right. You need to do yourself a favor and go to RamonRay.com and just see everything that he's done. So anyway, I didn't mean to interrupt your flow here, but you did this little stint at the United Nations and
just a little stint. And their point is I was unhappy, because I was an entrepreneur, nothing with the mission of the organization. And I say that so much because there's so much politics and stuff, but I think it does good work in essence. But the point is I was unhappy there. And then I got fired, resigned. I'll say that fast, Mary-Lynn. Fired, resigned. And that kind of, and because in the UN being a quasi-government agency, there's rules against it. I had permission, and it's a long story. We can talk about it. It's all public. But the point is, I left. And that really launched me. So, and I say that, Mary-Lynn, because we're talking about marketing here, but I'll just, if I may just add in.
Absolutely. I
know the pains of getting lines of credit. I know it's like to hire people, fire people, not have a job, have a family to take care of. So I just say that because some people, as you all have interviewed many people, they just see the end of the story or they hear the glamour. Yep. But I want people to understand I'm a regular guy who's been through a lot of pain. Mm-hmm. So I think this is possibly some of my passion, and I tear up easily. For some reason, I feel myself getting to cry now.
That's a good thing.
I think small business, it's tough. It's not easy. We're trying to feed our family. But what I want to see, George and Mary-Lynn, is people do more. I want to see more small businesses, not just paying rent. Mm-hmm. And I'm not talking about being Oprah either, but more than paying rent. Let's be able to give to family, start another business. Entrepreneurialism. That's what America's about.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You're totally hitting on our mission at Big Success is to help good people have more money to do more good. And that's what we wanted to ask you with your success. How are you doing more good?
Absolutely. Love it. I think a few things, and some of them are behind the scenes. Some of them are open, but meaning one thing is, for example, I'll get a little personal here. I don't know if it's PC or not, but me and my wife have one income. Mm-hmm. It's me. So that enables her to do other things, volunteerism, helping our church and other things. So that's one way that I've only seen recently, which I know very well you all understand, that God's spoken to me and I've been able to know. Two, being able to give to other people, whether with our money and time. And again, we're not people of great wealth, but the little we can, here, we can help you do this, fly here, help you with a meal here, or give our time. So that's point two. Three, I'm very purposeful in mentoring. You show me a young man who needs help, I'm all over to help, and I do that very purposefully over the years, especially two young men. He called me a few years ago and said, Ramon, thank you for pushing me to get my GED. You were annoying me. I hated it. I was embarrassed. But thanks to you, I have my GED, and now I'm helping him launch a business.
Awesome.
So that's the answer to the question.
And that just feels so good, doesn't it? I mean, it's just amazing. I teach a class in entrepreneurial finance at the University of Illinois here. And, just when you see your students or the people you mentor, when they go on and succeed in a, significant way, it's such an amazing experience.
Yes. And isn't it even better, like when they start sending you, George, here's $100,000. I only have a little bit of money to give you, but here's $100,000 for you, George. And they come and send a limousine to pick you up in their, automated Tesla.
Yes, there you go. That's perfect. I think I need to have you guest speak at my class, Ramon, just to put that thought into their heads.
Any day.
Well, Ramon, you're doing amazing things. You're helping businesses. You're leaving an incredible legacy. And your new book, Celebrity CEO, How Entrepreneurs Can Thrive by Building Community and a Strong Personal Brand, is sure to be another bestseller, if it isn't already. As we've said, you can go to RamonRay.com to learn more about Ramon. And the book is on Amazon, correct?
Absolutely. And thank you for the work you all are doing.
Thank you. And thanks for being with us today.
Yes, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we thank you for listening.
Until next time,
here's to your big success.
Tips to be your best with the Professor and Mary-Lynn for your big success.
Find big success at biggsuccess.com.